Here's 4 Milwaukee tools I got off Amazon for under $25. I've been interested in Milwaukee gear for a while. They have a solid reputation and they're very popular among the pros. They've proven to innovate their products and listen to their customers' needs. The items I have here today are the Cut 1 dipped gloves that are touchscreen compatible, the 2105 aluminum pin light, the Inksol job site marker, and the Fastback utility knife. The cool thing about these gloves is they're cut resistant and you can use a touchscreen with them. They call this feature the Smart Swipe. You can use any of your fingers to operate your touchscreen. I like the versatility of this. I think it meets the needs of a broad range of industries. If you're not using touchscreens while you're working, you're probably not going to need that feature, but if you are, this comes in really handy. Now, if you're handling muddy or greasy materials, you're probably not going to be messing with the touchscreen anyway, but if you are using these gloves in another application, I think they come in really handy. And let me know down in the comments if you would use a touchscreen during the kind of work that you do. I think I might use these if I'm doing a DIY project. If I'm just cutting wood or sanding, it's not real messy. It's just a little dirty, so I'm still going to pick up my phone if I need to. So I think I would wear these gloves, and I think I would use them on my touchscreen, so it might help me in that situation. I can appreciate being able to use my smartphone without taking off my gloves. I like to think of this style of glove as like a hybrid. They're somewhere in between a traditional work glove, like a leather glove, and then a latex glove. They're somewhere in between there. They kind of serve both purposes. They provide more protection than a surgical glove, but not as much as a heavy-duty like leather work glove. You can actually do more intricate work with this style of glove. You can really feel a lot more through your fingertips, and the gloves don't get in the way as easy. This iconic red color of the Milwaukee brand, it really stands out, and you're not going to leave them behind. They're not going to get mixed in with other gear. If they're at the bottom of your toolbox or in the back of your truck, you're going to see them. So they kind of have a high visibility thing going on there. Milwaukee really invested some time and effort innovating this little aluminum 2105 pin light. What caught my eye on this light was the little bite zone they created on the back of the light. If you need 2 hands while you're doing a little quick job, they have this little cushioned area in the back. You can actually bite it. That's what it's made for, because everybody does it with their other lights. This one actually has a cushion back here where you can bite it if you need to in a pinch. I like it when a company kind of pays attention to what people actually do with their lights. That's just kind of a neat thing to me. It's probably not the best thing for safety, and there's other issues, but you know what? A company that listens to their customer, that's pretty cool. What do you guys think? Would you take advantage of this little feature? I don't see me putting it in my mouth, but hey, if I need to, I will. The compact size of this light is great for EDC. It makes 100 lumens off 2 AAA batteries. These slender little AAA battery-powered lights, they're great for pocket carry because they don't take up much room, they don't overcrowd your pocket and get in the way of your other gear. 100 lumens is a good brightness for practicality and longevity of your batteries. The only negatives I've found about this slide is the tail switch in the back. The button protrudes a little bit, so it could actually get damaged if it gets mixed in with your gear. But for me, I keep mine in my pocket, so it's never really a problem that I've had. The button also has a really heavy switch. It's not so bad just to hold it down and get a quick light, but if you actually want to click the button and keep it on, the switch is actually really heavy and hard to push. The Milwaukee Inksol marker is probably one of the toughest job site markers on the market. A lot of features have been packed into this little marker. The lid is especially designed to clip onto the edge of a hard hat. It also has a lanyard hold built into the same area. With this marker, you can write on just about any surface, including wood, metal, and stone. Even if the surface is wet or oily, this marker will still write on it. Milwaukee even says this marker can go up to 72 hours, the lid comes off, and it'll still write. Hey guys, what would you use this marker for? Let me know in the comments. What kind of surfaces do you typically write or would need a better marker for? For me, I do a lot of DIY projects. A lot of times I'm buying that pressure-treated lumber. It's really wet when you go buy it, when you first pick it up, and almost nothing will mark on it. I end up scribing my wood with something just to etch it, but I would really like to use a pencil, but pencils just don't write on that wet pressure-treated wood. So for me, I think this would be a great marker. This Fastback utility knife has been on my wish list for a long time. Before I even got my hands on them, I was looking at them and I thought, man, that's a really well-designed knife. At the core of this tool is a really good utility knife. With this knife, you can access the blade one-handed. All you gotta do is press the safety button and you can just flip it open. And when you're done with it, you can also press that button and close it with one hand. And the blade exchange is really simple. Just press the little button on the end of the blade holder. The blade comes out smooth so you can flip it around or replace it. And down inside the blade handle, there's a spot for keeping an extra blade. You just move this little tab over and the blade will slide out. This little safety button that you push to open the blade has a really good feel to it. It's nice and smooth. Sometimes these little safety features are a little inconvenient. They kind of get in the way. But this one's really smooth. It really feels natural when you're opening your blade, and when you need to use your knife, it doesn't seem to be inconvenient. So it's a really nice feature. The bit driver also has a lock. When it's fully open, it has a little liner lock, just like a pocket knife, and it snaps it open and it holds it right in place. So it's going to keep it locked and safe when you're using it. It's not going to collapse on you when you put some good pressure on it. I think I'm a little spoiled about how well the little push button works for the blade. I kind of wish they had the same thing for the bit driver, just a nice big button. But hey, you can't have everything in a tool like this, but maybe they're working on it and the next one will have it. Man, this thing is so cleverly designed. I noticed that when you're using the bit driver and you hold it in your hand, this big notch right here, your index finger really slides in there and fits perfect. It's just the right amount of cutout for your just one finger to slide in there. Your hand feels so good holding onto this. There's even some grip right here on the back side for your thumb. So you have a notch cut out for your finger, and you also have grip right here. I mean, I think they just thought of everything with this tool. The more I handle this tool, the more I realize how ergonomic it is. Milwaukee really packs so many features into this tool. They even notched out a bottle opener on the end of the handle. The pocket clip is a nice feature for an EDC tool. This one's super tight, but the wire's really smooth. I don't think it's going to damage anything like the edge of your pants sliding in and out of your pocket or even in one of your pouches. I think it's a nice feature, but I just noticed that this pocket clip is extremely tight. On the other end of the handle, I noticed there's a lanyard loop built into the frame. I think the square cutout looks really clean. It fits the shape of the handle, and it gives you plenty of room if you have some type of clip or key ring or some type of lanyard. I think it's really well laid out. Hey, if you guys would like to build your own Milwaukee EDC toolkit, I'm going to leave links for all these items down in the description of my video. I kind of had an idea about if you're going to put a little lanyard on this, it'd be kind of cool to have a little small lanyard where you could attach a couple apex bits. I figured if you're going to have, a lot of people have those beads and things that go on their lanyards, but if you could actually attach a couple apex bits, somehow integrate it into your lanyard, I think it'd be kind of cool to have that on here. It's probably going to get in the way anyway, but it'd be something you could test out and see if it would interfere with your tool. Just opening and closing your bit driver. If you had a lanyard, it might kind of get in the way because it's right here on the corner. But hey, if you could carry a couple extra bits, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, you're not going to want to get carried away. I would say maybe one or two extra would be nice. I've got my little apex bit right here in the pocket clip. I think if I was going to carry an extra one, I could get some little rubber bands and maybe just rubber band an extra apex bit right there. If I'm not using the pocket clip, it might be a nice little spot out of the way to keep an extra bit. Hey guys, let me know down in the comments what your experience has been with Milwaukee tools. Are they worth the extra money for what you guys use them for? Just let me know. I'd like to hear kind of some feedback on your overall experience with this brand.